Okay, so we're back again. We've done hem stitching, top and bottom. We've finished weaving the entire piece, and I've cut it off the loom. So this is what it's going to look like. I cut here, and then these that were wound around the teeth just slip right off. So what you're left with is all the threads that you, where you stopped and started. So now we're going to weave these in. If I were just to clip these off right here, they would not be secure. They would, potentially slip through, and then, you'd have holes in your weaving and things like that. So we're going to secure them better than that. So again, you've got your tapestry needle, bent, blunt point, and a nice big eye there. And these are great because they're really easy to thread. So again, the way I like to do it is I just kind of bend that, poke this through, and there you go. So the way you weave it, you're just going to take this and you're going to just slip this under these different threads up here and just go, a fair distance, but you don't have to run it all the way through. And when you slip them under there, at least in the beginning, go ahead and check and make sure. See, it's not showing through. I don't see my needle. I don't see anything. It's not going all the way through. And then you can just pull it, tighten it, a little snug, but not where you're pulling the piece and things like that. And then you can just snip the end. And then it's going to tuck right inside of there. So you do that with all of these. And you can go either direction. So this one, I'm just going to put right there. Oh, and pardon my blue fingernails. I was dyeing with indigo. And even when I wear gloves, somehow I still manage to make my hands and nails blue. So apologies there. So anyway, this one's just a little bit short. I could probably do it, but let me show you what I do. If this is really too short to thread, then bring back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide the needle through first. Slip it through just like I did. Just kind of work it in there. Again, nothing showing through. And now I'm going to put this through. I can't tell you how long I tried to figure out how to do the short threads until I finally saw it on the internet somewhere. And then you can pull it through. So you can thread the needle first, then thread it and pull it through. I try to leave tails long enough that I can thread it before. I can thread the needle before I thread the tail through, but sometimes, it doesn't work out that conveniently. So you're going to go through and do all of those. There's not many here. I mean, this might take 20, 30 minutes at best, but once you get the hang of it, you just get in the flow. And then you're also going to weave in. This is our fringe, but if you look here, this is the beginning and the end of when we warp the loom. These have a tendency to go out that direction, and they may be longer than the fringe like it is right here, or it might not. So on this side, I can tell it's that one, and I can also see that it's kind of coming out the side here. So we do need to thread those in also. Exact same way, I'm going to try to thread this through. And sometimes because this thread here is a little bit stronger, coarser than the alpaca that I wove with, it needs a little extra tug. And when these are right on the corner like this, you can just thread them right through the end loops here. So that's going through, nothing really showing there. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't fall out. Thread that through. I'm tugging this just to kind of keep that end straight. And then you can snip that off also, so that it doesn't, and I pull it just a little bit so that when it goes back in, it slides in. There's not a little piece sticking out there. So those are easy to do also. So don't forget about those. Those need to be woven in. Of course, your fringe does not, although there are some techniques where you can do that if you want it to look totally fringe-less. But anyway, I like the fringe. And I'm gonna finish these and I'll show you what it looks like in the end.